It has been a very long time. So, for those of you who don't remember who I am, my name is Rose Serpent, and this is my character, Ashley. So Ashley is a autistic, bisexual woman who, very much so loves her wife, and she gets kind of like, I'm trying to think of the best word to explain it. She's soft. She's a soft person. She's just got this soft personality. She's a massive bookworm, and she absolutely loves to read. Hence why she works for the library where they live in New Orleans. Now, am I going to go with the real deal library in New Orleans? No. But am I going to make up a library name? No. So you can decide what library she works for. But Ashley is like I said, she is an autistic woman. And she is the kind of person where I wanted to make this character, I myself am not autistic, and I wanted to make this character properly represent people who are autistic. And maybe I did a bad thing by creating a character who is autistic when I myself am not. But she is just like any other character. There's no real difference from her. Well, I mean, there's obviously a difference, but there's no... I'm digging myself a hole. She isn't treated any differently from my neurotypical characters. Ashley is, a soft and sweet and kind and caring person. She loves animals, absolutely adores animals. She loves her wife. I mean, there isn't a day that goes by that she does not love and admire her wife from afar. Ashley is not a cuddler by any means. She doesn't really care to cuddle. I know she definitely has the body style, to me anyway, she's definitely got the body style of someone who it would be nice to snuggle up with, but she is not a cuddler. On occasion, if she can tolerate it, she will read, and she'll allow, on occasion, for Hazel to lean up against her on the couch as she's reading her books. But there are obviously circumstances for Ashley for those to arise, or so Ashley is, I mean, in the present date of this character sheet, she is not a mom yet, but she is a mother. In the future, she does become a mother. Her and Hazel decided to have kids. I believe I've talked about a little bit in Hazel's character sheet, so I won't get too far into it. But Ashley, while not a doting mother, she does love the children that she has, and she does do her very best. Now, her being a bisexual, autistic woman, she does have a very decent understanding of what it's like to be seen as different. Ashley herself, much like any other child who is foreseen as different, was bullied in childhood. And because she was diagnosed with autism at a very young age, and because of the bullying, when her mother passed away, her dad picked up where mom left off. And for Ashley, growing up without her mom wasn't as hard as you might think it would be. She had her dad, and her dad filled every space he possibly could in her heart that she could ever need. And that being said, he was, or is, a doting father. He's very overbearing. His daughter comes first, and she always will. Ashley is a only child, and that being said, for her father, that was his last baby, and that is the baby that was just like his wife, who he deeply loved. And I mentioned before that Hazel and her and Ashley's father had their little disputes. Ashley's father, again, very overbearing, very overprotective. He did not want her to get married because he was scared that whomever it was that she married just wasn't going to be suitable for her. That they weren't going to take care of her, that they weren't going to treat her with this quote-unquote special treatment that she needed, when in all actuality, Ashley is capable of functioning on her own as an adult. And that was just something that he struggled to get a hold of because he's so used to that little girl that had to have headphones on because the loud noises of the streets made her cry. It was overwhelming. He was the dad who got rid of all of the linens, the linen fabrics, because her little fingers, she would sit there and rub her fingers together because the texture wasn't right. And he was just an excellent father, even though he was overbearing, and even though he definitely started some shit with Hazel. Ashley loves her dad, and she wouldn't trade him for the world. Now, in her adult life, she of course deals with a lot of emotional and mental struggles, a lot of which stem because of the overdotingness of her father, who believed that she was always going to need him, and that she was always going to be that sensitive little child who couldn't handle specific things, who got overwhelmed by everything, and failed to see that she adapted and she grew to be a magnificent woman who was capable of doing so many things. Ashley didn't realize when she was a teenager and when she was growing up that she could become anything, because it seemed as though from the bullies and from her dad, unintentionally from her dad, that she wasn't going to go anywhere in life. And then here she is, a adored librarian. She, on occasion, will volunteer her time on Saturday mornings in the children's section to read stories to children if she felt up to it, but she generally works a normal 9-to-5 job at the library, and she just adores it, and she's surrounded by books. Now, her favorite series, I'm gonna have to say, was the Outlander series. I myself have never read Outlander, but my mom and my sisters are absolutely addicted or obsessed with those books. So when I think about books, I think of what my family would read. And I would definitely see her, from what I've heard from my family, as a Outlander fanatic who would enjoy reading these romance novels and be absolutely floored by that. Despite being a not so cuddly person, she does love a good romance novel. Ashley did not pursue college. She does not, she has her high school diploma, and that's about it. Now, on occasion, she'll go to the community college and do a class or two, some classes in literature, others in history, just whatever strikes her fancy in that moment. But that being said, Ashley is a unique and colorful character, despite her inspiration being from dark academia. But she is a unique and colorful character in the sense that I don't necessarily feel as though I have represented her inaccurately inspires other people and inspires, just inspires anyone to live fully and be who they are no matter what. Have a good night.